Good morning, everyone. This is Grace with Make Bullhead Better. I had the incredible privilege of interviewing several Vietnam vets as well as Vietnamese that were in Vietnam, and we're so thankful for the service of our American servicemen and women. So let's hop into this interview and hear all about the people that served in Vietnam.
I served for 7 years, and I was a second-class petty officer.
And what does it mean to you to have the wall here today?
Such an honor. I got a buddy on the wall. And yesterday when we were setting it up, I was one of the guys that carried the panel out with his name on it. And we went to high school together.
Wow. That's so special. I can see. It's like so much. So were you able to serve in Vietnam?
No. I joined in 1970, and when I got done with my training and everything, I volunteered to go to Vietnam, but the Navy had other plans for me, and I ended up in Morocco and Spain. And then that was about 73 when I left there and went to Japan, and they had already started pulling the troops out. And I was in Japan when Saigon fell, and
Wow.
I worked secure communications. So when they were bringing all the refugees out, and we were getting the messages from the aircraft carriers, because they were landing all the helicopters on the aircraft carriers to offload the refugees, and we were getting messages saying, you know, our decks are full of helicopters. What do? We don't have any room for more to come in. And we sent the order, passed the order on to the aircraft carriers, and they just dumped those helicopters in the South China Sea. So there's a whole bunch of perfectly good helicopters that are down there. But
Wow. Well, thank you so much for your service.
thank you.
Casey Case, and when I was in Vietnam, I was a Lance Corporal,
How long were you in Vietnam for?
13 months.
What was that experience like for you?
It's been over 50 years now, but it's definitely different, and not sure I want to share all those experiences.
What does
Thank
it
you.
mean to you that this wall is here in Bullhead City?
Oh, this is fantastic. There's several of my buddies that are on the wall, and in DC, I'm sure they're here also. But to bring it to everybody's attention about Vietnam, which a lot of people have already forgot, of where we stand with that.
My dad served in the military, in the Air Force. I decided that wasn't for me, and I got into law enforcement instead at a very early age. What this means to me is that this represents what's best about America, the fact that we would send men and women across the world to defend others, to defend freedom, to spread freedom across the nation and across the world. That's really important. The fact that so many people gave the ultimate sacrifice for this conflict is just what makes America great. And bringing this wall here for this community, I think is just absolutely amazing. All the people that were behind, the power behind getting it here, is just absolutely amazing that so many veterans are in this community, and it's so personal to them, and it's such a great thing for this community to bring it here.
Yeah, my name is Neil Bui, and this is my wife Ghana here. We have a friend that live in the Kingman. We live in Kingman, and we came over here for ceremony of this war here. It's important to us because I'm from Vietnam, and at the time when these soldiers were sent to Vietnam, I'm only a couple of years old.
Wow.
So I don't know any of the name, but to me it's been a lot. Because for the sacrifice, we are here today.
Wow.
If not, then we probably dead somewhere. So that's something that very emotional for me.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's, a younger generation now that knows very little about Vietnam. Could you describe what was happening and why it was important that America came in?
At that time, we live in the South Vietnam, and the North Vietnam is a communist country, so they try to advance further south, and then the U.S. government is the one that's sending the troop to help the South Vietnamese to fight the North from advancing further south, because they already divide the country by the parallel 17. But for some reason, they don't adhere to the what you call as Geneva Convention. So they keep moving further south, and what they do is they send the troop over there to help us fighting them. But over the year, the Americans lost the battle there because they don't get the support from the local people. And the local people, they have to deal with two sides. One is the American side, and another one is the Viet Cong side. And the Viet Cong side is more powerful because they come out at nighttime. When daytime, the troop is on the south, but the troop, they have to pull back to the base at night. They don't stay with the local people. So the people over there, they have to deal with both sides, and they don't get the good support from all of them. So that's how they lost the battle. But at the same time, that brings a lot of change to Vietnam. As you know, since the 1975 until now, there's a lot of change. And the North Vietnamese, after they took over the country, there's a lot of things that they put on the South Vietnam for the way to control them. But I think they start changing since the early 90s, where they start changing the policy a little bit. They open up, but still it's a communist country. So for us, whatever we can do, we do to help the people there. But we still not supporting the South the Vietnamese government right now in Vietnam, communist country.
How did you come to America?
I came over here by boat. We escaped the country back in 1979.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's what is a very what should I say is very important trip for us, because my dad was serving the South Vietnamese government at the time, and then they put him into the concentration camp. Since 1975 to 1978, they let him out. At that time, we tried to find a way to leave the country, because with him being the South Vietnamese government before, they won't let him do any kind of work. So what they do is they forcing us to leave the country one way or another, and we had to escape the country by boat.
Wow.
My name's Dan Valentine. I was in the U.S. Navy. I served from June 65 to June 66 in Saigon. And then I was aboard the USS Gridley, DLG-21 in the Tonkin Gulf from November 1966 to about May 67, on what they call Southern SAR. I was off the north of Vietnam, off of Vinh, picking up down. Neil, we both live in Kingman. He was walking through the neighborhood on his daily walk, and we started talking, and we found out exactly what we have in common. He was 3 years old, living just outside of Saigon. When I was there, I was 19. Talk about a small world, and this is how we start talking. And then his wife, Ghana, who's from Cambodia.
Wow, that's amazing. So how has that been, just as far as your relationship? Are you guys friends now in Kingman? Do you hang out together?
We hang out together.
He
Taught him everything he knows.
Thank you, Dan.
I love that.
Okay, my name is Trinity Rice. I'm a part of Student Council, and I'd say that the wall is very important to me because it does mean a lot to everybody in Bullhead City, and it brings a lot of light to Bullhead City because it also brings attention to the veterans and what they are bringing to, I don't really know how to explain it, but it gives them the chance to see what they really connect to, because it is a really important part to a lot of people, because people that they possibly knew were on the wall, and it also does bring a lot of attention to Bullhead City. People travel from far away just to come here just to see the wall, because I feel it's a replica of something that's a lot bigger.
My name is Quang Nguyen, and I'm a state representative for Legislative District 1. And this is extremely important to me because, first of all, I was born in Vietnam, and all of these men that you see here walking around are and were responsible for my freedom. And if you look at the 58,000 names here, it just, to me, it's amazing. This is the reason why I'm here. I'm standing here.
How was it for your family during Vietnam?
And my family was pretty much in the military serving, and so we fought alongside Americans, the whole entire duration of the war. My dad was 19 years Arvin, and I have a brother who's an Army medic from 73 to 75, and I have another one who was an airborne soldier from 68 to 75. And so, we spent a lot of time with these brave Americans during the entire duration of the war. And my freedom is the solution. I mean, the results of their sacrifice. And my daughters today is serving in the U.S. Navy as well.
That's amazing. So could you describe how you came here to America and then why you decided to become a public servant?
I came in 1975, and I was one of the luckier people who actually got lucky enough to be on a C-130 6 days before the fall of Saigon. So I was extremely lucky to be out here. Why did I decide to become a public servant? These people they gave me the freedom, and the very least I could do is give something back and do something meaningful for veterans. And by the way, I'm also vice chair of the Military Affairs and Public Safety Committee. So it's extremely for me to find ways to give back to these men and women and the community that they gave so much to me.
My name's Gabriel Valair. I'm the student body president in Mojave High School. The wall is something that we've been working on for about a year now. My advisor approached me first about it and talked to me, asked me what I thought about it, and instantly I was enamored by the thought of being able to hold something like this. I know it's very significant to a large group of people in our community and even outside the community. I mean, we're getting people from other states coming here just to see this, and I think that's so amazing. And I like the fact that it sheds light on issues and things that Vietnam veterans deal with. I also like the fact that it's able to shed light on what we're capable of as a community and a school. So it was something very amazing, and I'm so proud of my council, my advisor, volunteers, and everyone that was involved.